Alright, what's up, everybody? Hear me alright? Looks like you should be able to. Alright. So, what we're going to do here, I'm just going to pause this music. We've got a new event that we're going to try to present to you guys called Turf Wars. And so, what it's going to basically be is for right now, we're going to use about half the field, as you can see here. We got the outskirts, Ghost Town, Neutral Territory, and Camp Victory. And in these areas, the big circles, you got yellow, green, and blue. That's where the main guys will, the main teams will start. They're not the typical locations like you guys are used to, being inside Ghost Town or on the what we like to call the lower Ghost Town. These little spots are going to be where the resources are. So we have an ammo depot, we'll have an oil field, and we'll have an intel. The way it's kind of set up right now is that so the outskirts people will own this territory. So it's kind of like their job to protect and defend. Same with Ghost Town, they're going to have their intel, and then you're going to have the Camp Victory people with the oil field. Every hour on the hour, new resources will respawn at all three locations, and eventually, when we get to it, some other point on the map will be a refinery. So the oil is going to be pretty lucrative if you can get it to refine it. But each of these areas, you're going to want to try to take over and obtain for yourself. So I expect to see a lot of mayhem with killing each other over these resources. But we'll go over this checklist thing here we've got where we kind of basically outlined everything that we're thinking about doing with this. So by all means, after we're done here, feel free to give us some input or whatever it is that you think could help out with this. It's going to be, of course, radios. We're hoping that most people will have that. And of course, your dead rags. And we were going to do Ares Alpha, but we decided against that for this current iteration. And just so we're clear, when we run this is going to be a test phase thing on October the 7th. We're going to have during the October Fest event. So I think we're going to try to get you out right at 11. So if you could, please be early so that we can kind of like start the brief at 11:30, get you out on the field, get you all accustomed to where you're going to be, and see how the game goes until about 1:30. And if you guys like it enough, we'll keep doing it. Let's see here. Will combat be strictly team-based, or will parties generally be neutral until conflict breaks out? No, you guys can fight each other at all times if you wanted to. Because like the Ghost Town people, they're supposed to own this intel spot. Well, you need to go there and get it to earn points because the points are going to be very valuable. Because we'll get to that. So we had it listed here as dog tags. Eventually, we will get dog tags. For right now, we're just going to use different colored wristbands. So when you get these points, your commander will be able to go to the market. The market will sell these additional abilities. So you can purchase full auto. So that means that anybody, aside from a sniper and a DMR, will be, aside from those two, because they have to technically be locked, we'll be able to go full auto. So if you got an M4, you can get this band, this wristband, put it on, and it'll probably be red or something, so it's very visible. Well, I mean, your sleeve could cover it up, but anyhow, that'll give that person the ability to go full auto. You'll be able to purchase additional medics, additional LMGs and snipers. So like let's just say it's Nate has M4 and an LMG. And currently, according to our regulations, you're only allowed to have one LMG, one or two LMGs per, I think, like 9 people, and you need another one for whatever reason. Well, then your commander could purchase the additional tag and give it to that person, and then that person would run around with the wristband for that, and now they can be an additional LMG. So you would need to bring 2 of these guns with you, of course, to the field. But then you can post them in your staging areas. So each one of these big circles, that is where the main team's staging area will be. And eventually, at one point, we'll put, hopefully by next year when we run this again, we'll have netting put around it. So, because the goal for this too is eventually for it to be a 2-hour event. So then you guys could also camp out, and maybe we could run some night mission stuff or whatever the case is. Let's see, and then since we will have regulations on like how many grenades and smokes you can have, your commander can then purchase like an additional tag, maybe for like the entire team, or maybe by the individual. We're not 100% sure yet. We're kind of working on that. You can allow some weapons, like your M4s or whatever, to use high cap mags or even box mags. So basically, you just created a full blown LMG. Because because you could give one person the full auto band and then the high cap band, and now you basically got another LMG. You can also, the commander could also beforehand buy intel on another drop, because we will have different missions that you will be able to go and run throughout that'll be worth more points than these resources. Like we'll have a down pilot or some kind of intel drop from a helicopter or something crash, or whatever the case may be. We'll have some of those other things out here. Loot boxes. At some of these key sites, you'll find where loot boxes, and your commander will have to purchase a key from the marketplace to open them. And inside them, we'll have additional currency, maybe some extra bands. Who knows? It'll all be completely random. Quick question: would there be a small little brief for new players beforehand? Yes. So currently, right now, the goal for this is just to kind of get the idea out there to you guys and get your input before the 7th. So by all means, let us know. We will. That's what I was trying to say. Get there early as you can on that Saturday. I want to try to get you guys out there on the field by 11. We'll try to give everybody the best brief that we can in the morning as they come before we release them onto the field. And by all means, share this video with everybody that you know, so that they can watch this beforehand. So I don't want to make this too long, but make it full of information so everybody understands everything. D2 Battle Pass. Yeah. Yeah, except this one you don't have to pay to subscribe. So then we'll also have a rogue. Eventually, I don't know if we will for this one. We'll have like a rogue team. That's correct, Nate. The abilities never run out. It will be for the entire duration of the event. You will have them. We'll have like a mercenary group that's running around that'll also be part of like the mission set where you can take them out and shut up, Caleb. Where you can take them out, and they may or may not have loot boxes on them or whatever, and then you can get some more stuff from them. But you'll also be able to purchase the merc team for if you need help like taking over a certain area or whatever. So there's also there's more than one way to earn these points as well. Oh, and also your commander could buy self revives as well, so you don't need a teammate. So like, you know, if you want to have a Lone Ranger sniper or DMR or something out there, he'll be able to self revive himself, you know, the 2 times and have to go back or whatever. But we'll see how that stuff works out. And because there's so many different ways to earn currency in this, I don't think, like, if green team happens to take over blue's resource, I don't think that would be too detrimental because of all the other types of missions that are out there. Plus, every person on the field will have their team colors poker chips. This way, your team can't claim them as their own. What's going to happen is, like, every time you kill a person, you could go and search that person. They have to give you 1 poker chip, and then you can take that 1 poker chip back to your commander, and no one can take them back from you. It's just like a confirmed kill thing in a video game. So once you've got it, you're good. But for instance, you get buddy-aided. Let's say someone comes, searches you because you're dead, and then you get buddy-aided after he leaves, and then someone kills you again. They are allowed to come and search you and get another token off of you. So you should at least have a minimum of 3 poker chips at a time. Do we know the cost yet for the dog tags? Well, for the if and when, I got you. So right now they're the wristbands. We'll get to that down here where the points section is in a bit. But anyhow, yeah, so there'll be tons of missions and stuff out here. But I think we do need to make it a little more clear on the point system for the confirmed kills. You do not have to give up the other team's coins. Like, if you went and killed 2 people and then someone killed you, you got their 2 coins. You do not give those to them. You bring those back to your commander once you go back to the fob, and you grab like 3 more of your own color tokens, so that if you happen to die 2 or 3 times out in the field before you go back, then those people that still confirmed you, they get theirs. So there'll be tons of ways to earn currency in this game. Currently, right now, like you can see on the map, we're going to run with these 4 territories: the Outskirts, Ghost Town, Neutral Territory, and Camp Victory. At some point in time, I do believe we might end up having to rename some of these. Not because of anything in the past, but like some of them take up quite a bit of area, and I think they're going to get kind of split up into smaller, like, outpost type stuff. Alright, so for right now, it's pretty standard medic rules. 30-second hands-on, you can use Tourniquet or Ace Bandage. You get 2 of those. So on your 3rd death, you go back to the fob regardless of where you're at. Is there a max coins you can have? Well, I think you might want to elaborate a little bit more on your question there, because, like, I mean, you could bring 50 coins with you if you wanted to, but you only need to give out 1 at a time if they search you. So, I mean, I would only say carry like 4 or 5 with you at a time, you know, and that should suffice. And then when you go back to the fob, you just grab as many more as you need, or whatever, you know, or when you die. So, and currently only medics can heal. So like your primary medic will have the red medic bag on them, like we do for our other milsims, and we will most likely give them a red wristband as well, or whatever wristband it is that will resemble that, which will most likely be the red one. This way, when you get additional medics, everybody will understand red is for medic. Let's see, how many enemy coins can you hold on your person? You can hold as many as you want, because they cannot get them back. So once you kill them, you get their enemy coins. You just bring them back to the fob, and it's best to give them to the commander sooner, because the commander might need to purchase some of these other things, you know. So the sooner you can get it back to him, probably the better. You don't want to be sitting on like 4,000, you know, points of coins or something stupid, and return it to him at the end of the day and like, oh, what the hell, dude, you know, type deal. And the bleed out is going to be 5 minutes. Everybody please adhere to the 5-minute rule, and this is only because we need to give people time to try to get to you to claim the coin. So I know it's going to kind of suck sitting there for 5 minutes, but you know, you're going to be happy that the guy that you killed has to sit there for 5 minutes so you can go and claim the coins from him too. Because at the very end of this game too, what's going to happen is, like, let's say yellow team hates being in the outskirts. For the next time we run this, if they have enough points left over, they can purchase their own territory to start at. If that doesn't work out too well, we might just go with whatever team did the best can then choose um, which starting location they want, essentially. So is that current system? You need to post up conversion rates and worth. Correct, Nate. So each token is only worth 10 points. So I mean, there's no real conversion. You know, there's none of that stuff. So each coin for right now will just be worth 100. I mean, I'm sorry, 10 points. And now we're getting into the point system here. Gosh, will we be able to do a 1 minute bleed out if they got the coin? I think that might be something we have to think about. I mean, I don't see a problem with that. Like, if someone comes and gets your coin, go right on back. I'll I'll make a note of that. That's actually not a bad idea. So we'll discuss that. That's actually, I don't see a problem with it. I think that's actually a pretty good idea, so that you're not sitting there for an additional like 4 minutes or something, you know, with for no reason. Unless, of course, you want to wait for your guys to come. Yeah, if no medics. Yeah, I mean, you can choose to sit there and wait for a medic, or you can probably head on back if we think that's a solid plan. I think that's a pretty good idea, actually. Thanks. Okay, so now the points. I just did like a stupid. I mean, I think you're going to earn probably way more than 4,500 points by the end of the day. Because that was based off just the ammo or the resource spawns, anyways. If you were to, um, I forget, because I think the fuel points aren't going to be tallied in this anymore because we don't have the refinery and stuff set up like we want to. But we'll get to that. And I think we're gonna have to, for the time being, standardize so all things will be of equal points, since we don't have basically what we're going to have is, like, you know, you're going to have your ammo and then you can take it somewhere to be upgraded. You're going to have oil and then you can refine that into fuel. And how many medics per team? We'll probably have one per squad, roughly. So I'm thinking what I would like to see is about 20 people per team, or per area, and then you break up into two 10-man teams, and then you would get one per, because we only have 8 medic bags right now, so we could sustain uh you know, that many teams right now. And as we get more, we'll purchase more of those packs. Let's see here. Well, the only thing with that, Jacob, is that might cause more confusion than anything. Because someone's going to be like killing you, and then they're going to be like, what the hell, why did this guy not wait? You know what I mean? So uh and then eventually, if you get, like, you know, the intel, then you could take that somewhere. And so the reward is going to be that the upgrade to whatever the resource is going to be well worth it, but, you know, added risk, higher reward type deal. So we'll get that integrated at some point. We're just primarily on the 7th going to go and see how well this all functions with what we've got and what we can implement right now, and see what you guys think about it. I think you guys will like it. Let's see here. So At the we have to figure out where we're going to put the market yet, and at the market we'll have a sign, and it will. Uh, if any of you guys have played, MMOs or something like that, there's typically like a mission board, and you can walk up to it and see what kind of missions are there. And so there'll be things like the um, marketplace will sit there and say like, "Hey, mission, we need oil," or mission, our pilot that was delivering supplies crashed. We need him. We need him and the supplies retrieved or whatever. So you'll be able to go there and get this stuff, and that's what I was talking about up here, where you could buy intel on the drop. So like you buy intel on these missions and go out and do them. Um, Hustling, I don't. So basically, what it is, there's there's no limit on what type of magazine you're allowed to use, but you're not allowed to use no like a drum mag on an M4 or a drum mag on an SMG. So with these purchased upgrades, you can then use those items with that class. So what about us? Well, I mean, if a sniper could kill someone, you could probably even radio it in. Otherwise, if you don't confirm the kill, then you just don't get the points. Unfortunately, you have to go get them. Let's see here. Yeah, so then we can have like a down pilot. We're 300 points. We'll probably raise these points up so they're more worth it. Like destroying the whole rogue squad is worth 500 points. I mean, that's gonna be a heavy firefight there, most likely. So that's gonna be quite challenging. Um, we're gonna have a bomb on the field, and you gotta go disable it and bring the bomb back or whatever. We'll have some. We'll add some more missions. Since it's like the market kind of putting it out there. The hell is that blueprint? No. So we will pick for the market. Good question, Williams. Um, the market will be a neutral zone. There will be no killing inside of there. But it's kind of like at some other fields. Even with your bases here, they're all neutral zones for you and your guys. Even the market. So you can be inside the zone and shoot out and kill people, which will hopefully prevent people from trying to spawn camp your spawn points or even the market. But you cannot die if you're in there and someone's shooting in. And if they are shooting in to try to kill you at the market or any of the others, just report them. We'll handle it, and if it becomes a problem, then we'll just get rid of it. Because the objective is not to be killing people at those spots; it's the resource areas and these mission areas. Let's see here. So yeah, here we were talking about. Here's um what you can buy and how much they're gonna be worth. Like a medic would be 400 points, full auto would be 300. Because what we don't want to happen is like your entire squad ends up becoming a medic. Your entire squad ends up becoming a full auto LMG crew or something. We so we're gonna have to adjust these prices probably because we didn't account for the missions because the mission stuff we had added after we had discussed all this stuff. But I'm kind of thinking maybe those are high enough, and like these missions and stuff won't be happening all the time, and resources will be spawning every hour on the hour. But we'll throw missions in there once in a while or in a couple places just to kind of keep the flow going and stuff. So the schedule, we probably don't have to worry about that for right now because we were talking about starting it out on like a Friday or maybe even just doing it a Saturday Sunday. I think we'll probably opt for the Saturday Sunday because that's usually more doable for a lot of people, especially people getting off work and then having to try to get here. Us doing the brief, chrono, all that stuff, kind of a nightmare a bit. Um, I'm thinking Saturday morning. And eventually, we're gonna have it too, where you guys can build your own stuff out here. We're gonna come up with like some templates, things that you're allowed to build, because we don't want people building some crazy crap and people getting hurt and stuff. And um, basically, it'll teach you how to build. So you'll have to most likely bring your own screwdriver or whatever, impact or whatever, put it together. But we'll supply the walls and the screws, and then you guys could build stuff like around your base to help you get out, or around your resource to help defend it. You know, but of course, putting stuff around your resource to defend it can also work against you, because then that makes it more defendable for whoever currently occupies that territory. So you have to figure it out. Um, we're hoping to be able to have the resources and stuff by. We'll definitely have it by next March. But having something planned out for you guys to be able to do with that. But we won't be doing the building stuff this time. Water bottles are a great way to add carryable self revive tokens. Stops confusion, keeps the field hydrated. Oh yeah, like some fields they in order to be revived, you have to drink the water bottle or whatever for a self revive. That's probably not a bad idea actually. Yeah, testing phase there on the 7th. Um, and if you guys like it well enough, we'll run it the whole day. I was planning on just doing it for the first half of the day, and then we'll do something else because we do have to take a break about 1:30 so that we can do the luncheon stuff like that. We'll have German burgers, we'll have brats, we'll have sauerkraut, and for every meal that you purchase, you'll get a root beer float. I think someone mentioned instead of root beer needing Coke or something like that, so we'll have we'll have some Coke there, and we'll have a lot of root beer there. So hopefully everybody enjoys that. No questions after today. Let's see here. So yeah, for the night portion, we were wanting to make sure that people knew that it is mandatory to have a flashlight and your clear lenses for at night. But we won't be having a night portion this time around because we're just doing it during open play hours to see what everybody thinks. Yep, bases are safe zones. You cannot die inside them. You can kill the enemy from inside. So you can shoot out and kill them, get rid of them, get them out of there. There's really no objective other than just to harass you guys and pin you from getting in, getting out to get to other areas. So we kind of want to prohibit that a bit with no boost. Well, unfortunately, hustling, it's kid friendly and stuff like that. So, I mean, you're more than welcome to camp out and do all that stuff. So let me get through this real quick, Lucas, and then I will get to you on that question. So the enemy can surround your base. We want to prohibit that as much as possible, though. That's why we give the option to shoot outside, shoot from inside there and not die. So as long as you're sitting in there, you can take as many hits as you want. You cannot die. You can kill them though. Crap! I forgot. We still got quite a bit to go through here, Lucas. So I'll go ahead and answer your question. So basically, we're gonna have we've got armbands, so we'll have bands for tan, which is orange, and bands for green, which are green bands. And then for right now, we're gonna have no bands. So that's our three. I'm hoping to be able to split you guys up into three and see how that rolls. As long as we get enough people. Because like I said, I would like to see about 20 people per. So I think that those odds are really good for us to do. Make sure you get your friends to come out and stuff so they can check this out. You can't shoot out of the marketplace, correct? No. So you can be inside the marketplace, and if you are being attacked, you can shoot out. But you just can't stand in the marketplace shooting at people. No, that's not sportsmanlike. Um, that reminds me too. So the commanders, they have to bring the coins and stuff to the marketplace. They must wear like a dead rag or something so they don't get shot up, because you cannot capture the commander when he's going to the marketplace. I think that it involves too much risk and not enough reward then for the points and stuff like that. So we want to make sure that the commanders get a safe passage there. But there is a commander and a sub commander. Okay, so one of those have to remain at the base at all times while the other one leaves. Yeah, make it a war crime type deal. Oh yeah, so right here, when you go into the market, use a dead rag so you don't get hit. Only commanders or sub commanders can go, and a sub commander or a commander could bring um other units with them, other soldiers. Set up a camp around. Be the reason for the next, yeah. Okay, one other, yeah, must remain at the fob. You can bring other team members to the market as well. So, like, if you're going to bring a person who has an SMG, you want to get them a drum mag, because then you could get the drum mag band. Then you can do so. We won't go over the refinery stuff because we do not have that set up yet. I think it's unknown as of right now how we're going to set that up because I was kind of thinking eventually, we would like to populate the entire map with other areas. And so, like, we could put a refinery out here, we could put another oil field or whatever. So then that's going to cause more conflict, um, where people are trying to get to the refinery to do that stuff. But we want to make the reward worth the risk. Um, and just remember too, like when you got the intel or the oil cans or any of that stuff, you have to make it back. If they kill you and search you and take it, well, then they just got your points. All right, so the oil field, we're gonna have red cans. I think. Okay, I need to make sure I get red cans. I've got everything else. I forgot the red cans. Huh. Make another note. Right now, they'll just be like red gas cans. They're pretty cheap to get, so we'll just use those. Um, for the ammo depot stuff, we've got those ammo cans that are in the building. We'll use that. And for intel, I got a bunch of dead drives here. Well, I'm not dead, but they will be dead when I'm done with them. We'll be using these throughout at the intel drops, and I think like Dennis and stuff gave us some old um equipment like tablets and stuff like that from back in the day when we ran at Battlegrounds. So we'll be having that stuff out there as well. Let's see here. In case I get ahead of myself. Okay, so like a down pilot, it'll actually just be like a duffel bag full of like leaves or something like that, and then we'll have a stretcher that you got to bring there, pick up the dead pilot and bring them back and stuff like that. Can teams loot? No, no, because the commanders will be 100% safe when they're going to the market, and you cannot enter into um the enemy's base anyways. That's their safe zones. Because the thing is, when we end up making this a 2-day event, you're going to bring all your stuff down there and camp out. So make sure you get like loot your own boxes that you can lock up and stuff. Can be filled with water. Yeah, yeah, make it heavy. So I was looking at like real dummies or whatever, but man, they're expensive. So for right now, I got the duffel bags. We'll use that. I was thinking too, we could probably eventually, like go to Goodwill and get some pants or something like that and stuff them with something. And I also saw um, we could probably eventually we're going to get some sandbags and we're going to use the rubber tire material like they use for playgrounds and stuff, and that's what you can use like build with, and we'll also put that like in the pants of the dummy and add weight and stuff like that. So it'd be awesome. Maybe add a smaller market full of cheaper or lesser item powers or a secondary currency to obtain personal items. So we aren't relying on one dude to buy all our team stuff. Well, you're just relying off of just your commander, and your commander really has no other function than to be in the base or to go to the market. So it wouldn't be that bad, you know. Be like, hey, all right, we got enough points now, and since he can't die, I mean, it's literally just walk there, buy your shit, and come back, you know. So then we got some helium tanks. Oh yes, that's right. That's right, because Sam got some helium tanks, and we were going to use those for the oil field. I don't need to go get the red ones because I think he got like 5 or so. So as long as he brings them on the 7th, we'll be good. Or sooner. Speaking of that, Sammy, we'll be at the field tomorrow morning, 8 o'clock. Till probably like 10 if you want to drop them off then, if you can. Uh, yeah, we'll see how it goes with the current thing, with the currency, and if we need to make adjustments, we definitely will. You guys know us. We're up to input and fixing things and whatnot. All right. Let's see here. So an intel drop. Um, are the different mission types, so it could drop anytime. It'll get posted um, on the mission board with a description. And then, of course, you could buy an intel packet or whatever that would give you finer detail as far as like maybe grid coordinates or um, possibly even like maybe you could do like a photo of like unknown what's known in the area or something like that. Within the ammo depot, so what we have over here, there's that wooden patch, and we've got 3 sets of these big crates thanks to Marmar and his National Guard unit. They gave us these big wooden crates, and there will be there's 27 of them, but don't worry, you won't have to look through all of them. There's going to be one at each one that's kind of like laying off to the side or whatever, because we're going to get like some camo netting put on them, stuff like that, make it look pretty neat. But off the side of that, you'll have to open up the lids on one of the 3, and inside there will be some potential ammo cans, and then those ammo cans could potentially be in some goodies in there. So you'll have to do a little searching. It's not going to be just as simple as, oh, you know, you just run, grab it, and bounce. No, you have to do some looking. We want it to be fun in a sense, you know. And also, you can do trades with other clans. So you can, we'll set up a channel in Discord, and then those clan people, so that we have visibility with what's going on, so that people don't get overly rude with one another or whatever, and then they can um, create these deals or whatever they want to do. Maybe they want to trade some coins for some loot or whatever, you know, or maybe someone could buy. What's that? Maybe someone bought the intel for a certain mission and they want to put it up for sale so they could make money off of that intel packet, you know. Let's see here. So for this too, we're not going to go with the whole shirt thing yet, the uniform. But what we would like is to have, like, you know, we'll have a yellow team, a green team, a blue team, whatever, orange team, etc., etc. Eventually, all you have to do is wear a shirt that will match your team color. Um, this way, we don't have to have like a billion different colored armbands. You can get a cheap shirt for $5. It can just be a regular T-shirt. It can be, you know, like a flannel shirt or whatever the hell the case is, and that should be good enough as long as it's primarily the color of your team. not called overly rude. It's called gang scraping, gang scrapping, and it's an art. Yeah. All right. So I think that's um pretty much it. Well, I have these two things. I don't have to do the two things, just the one now. Um, you guys got any questions, comments, concerns, anything you want to share? What do you guys think about it? Um, I'd like for this to kind of become like a normal staple thing that we do, because it's kind of cool that eventually we'll have base building involved in it, and maybe we could run it um, 2 times a year, because eventually, with it being like a 2-day event, it's probably going to cost like $50 or something, and with having to buy supplies to do the building part, it'd be kind of nice to be able to do that. But I don't want it to happen too often where people get burnt out with it too. We got other events too. Like eventually we're gonna have White Rhino for next year, and then Explosive Sunset as well. You got Fortnite and Sky Bases and stuff. No, no. Let's see here. So, the other thing is we gotta make the location for market. No, not one medic for all three teams. It'll be so like let's say you've got 2 squads of 10 per color. You'll have one medic per 10 people, basically. Yeah, so Rona, that's the other thing too, is two teams technically could team up and gang up on the other one. I mean, it's a possibility. But there's also the rogue mercenary group that the Lone Ranger team could hire, and they could really help mess some things up too. You know what I mean? So who decides who's a team leader? So for right now, I think it's going to be potentially our guys um, being the commanders until everybody better knows the rules, till we better get better tax off written up and all that stuff. Otherwise, team leader stuff will, if you're talking about like squad leaders, then those will pretty much just be like voluntary. And squad's one person. Yeah. Yeah. So that is a possibility, Nate. So like a person, a soldier or whatever, a clans member, whatever. Oh my god, clans member, shit. I definitely didn't mean it like that, but a clan member or whatever we want to call them, they could go to the marketplace and see if there is a mission posted or whatever, or when the commander goes to the market to trade in the coins and buy stuff, they could do so there as well. I think having staff as commanders is a good idea. Being commander sounds boring. It's not that bad, really, being a commander, because you're looking at intel, you're communicating with the other team members out there, trying to organize where they're at on the map and how to get them to X, Y, and Z place. Because technically, like squad leaders, they don't communicate with each other. It's mostly all through the commander, etc. So missions will get posted randomly, not necessarily every hour on the hour or anything like that, because it's going to depend a little bit on how long it takes us to get the mission set up or whatever the case is before we put it out there. What are the team names? What is stopping me and the boys from wearing all purple and being the ballers? Well, because for one, you're playing airsoft, so there are no ballers in airsoft. No, I'm just kidding. Um, well, if you're wearing all purple, you better be on the purple team. Except for this coming event, of course, because we're just testing stuff out. But there's really nothing stopping you from wearing purple this coming time. But for future reference, you'll have to wear whatever the color is of just the shirt. The rest of your gear and your pants and crap like that, underwear, whatever, I don't care what colors those are, but as long as the shirt matches and it's visible. Damn risk, get out of here. I don't think it'll be that bad because it's mostly like just setting something down and then coming back and radioing that it's been sat down. And that's the one thing I'm not sure if we'll have to play it by ear whether or not we'll have enough people for all the commanders too. You know, I know I'll be down there playing because really there'll be nothing going on up top. Everybody should be down playing, so on and so forth. I'll probably be a commander or I'll help run the mission stuff. I kind of don't want to have to play because I want to be, you know, the guy that gets to see an overview of how the things are going, all that crap. So we'll kind of see how it is. If I get enough people, you know, like Gavin always shows up. Some of the other G2 guys always show up. So we'll probably make them the commanders and see how it flows. And we'll make some critiques. And of course, anybody else that wants to can volunteer. And I think with that being said too, eventually we might have to go to a vetting system kind of like Milsim, West, and all them other people do. You know, the more that you come out, the more that we can trust you to do stuff. Because being in a commander role is very important for the gameplay for everybody. When you step up in those kinds of roles, you got a lot of other people depending on you to make their experience fun. As well as yourself, you know, you gotta have fun too. I find commanding being fun. I find, you know, seeing the overall picture, seeing that there's enemies coming over to your 2 o'clock or whatever, and relaying that to your guys and helping them get set up. You know, just being a freaking commander. You know what I mean? That to me is kind of fun. Can I trade for someone's shirt? I mean, I guess you could see about swapping teams or something like that if it comes down to it or whatever. You know, I don't know. Rotate. How you think commanders should rotate? One second, lost track of where we're at here. Romeo and Juliet affairs with other teams. Well, I mean, I don't know if I go all that deep into it, you know. Will there be any staff at the top? Yeah, Angie will be up top. You know, she runs the shop and stuff like that, and we generally have enough people to have at least one more up there too to run other things like help and fill air and stuff. Which eventually we're gonna run the air inside the building, so then you don't even need one of us to go fill it for you and stuff like that. So UAVs eventually will become a thing because we do have a drone. So as long as we have enough people, we could run drones too. So you can get intel that way as well. I think commanders should rotate if you have enough so they can know how it all works. Yes, our guys will. So we've been doing a lot better on getting together before and like after events and stuff like that, and talking. We talk a ton on Discord. You guys have no flipping idea how much we work on this stuff for you guys. We're not on it every day or whatever, but I mean, sometimes we'll get into a chat on Discord and we'll sit there for 4 hours, you know, just throwing ideas around and what if this, what if that, looking up stuff. We got a whole shebang of shit that you guys don't even know about yet that we're hoping to be able to afford down the road. Yeah, Nate. If someone had their own drone, that'd be kind of cool too, because then probably could make it cheaper for them to purchase the ability to use it. That'd be a good idea. I'll mark that down. This is why it's good for us to be doing this kind of stuff. We get your guys' input. You have our, I mean, our look on it. We've been kind of wanting to do this for a very long time. That's why we started out with segregating all these different land masses here, so that we could eventually break it up and do this stuff. I'm hoping eventually to have 6 teams, maybe eight teams total eventually. Like if we can get enough people come out for this kind of stuff, we'd be pretty sick to have like 300 people out here one day. I think we're on our way to do it. All right. Any last minute stuff you guys would like to discuss? All right, so let's say I do intend to be a ghillie. The whole purpose is concealment. How would the shirt come into play? So for snipers, they're a special case. I mean, even like for open plays, you know, everybody else has to wear their armband on their arm, whereas the sniper gets to wear it around their leg. It'll be the same exception for the snipers, but like your undershirt underneath of your ghillie must be your team's color as well. Yeah, purple ghillie suit. That would be kind of wild to see. We'll have to hold this event during the winter time, and when it snows, and you can wear just a white one. We'll have a white team. I can make these notes available to you guys if you want to take a look at it. Well, I'll go over the guys with it and see, because we don't. What I don't want is people to like think this stuff is set in stone, because it's definitely not. This is just a preliminary thing for us to run on the 7th to test it, and depending on how things go, then we'll write up an actual SOP for it, or a tax op, and then we'll put it out there for you guys to have. Sounds amazing though. Our whole squad is high. Good, good. I'm hoping a ton of people show up. I mean, normally like when it's good weather out and stuff, we'll have like 80 plus. I'm really hoping for that, because it'd be nice to have like close 25, 30 people per colored team. That'd be awesome. That's fine, Carter. So the other thing too is like I touched on a little bit, is these new areas, they're not where the typical starting locations have been. Like over here is where Ghost Town is, the main buildings in Ghost Town, where this little orange thing is. But you're gonna be starting way over here. Now it looks like it's a long walk, but it's really not that bad. It really is not. It's probably about the same distance of walk from the shop to Ghost Town it is to this new area up here. And this new area up here, Bud's already given us the go ahead that we can make a clearing out and stuff. We can't tear down like the big trees and stuff, but there's a lot of brush and shit there. So we will be clearing that out to make room for the major op. And the reason why we wanted to put these fobs as far out as possible so that the distances in between you guys are greater. So it's not like you're always up each other's ass every minute of the day. And two, it puts you far out of the play so that if you wanted to come kick back and relax for 30 minutes or whatever, you could do so without much worry about some enemy sitting out here spawning camping you got. Walk uphill. Well, so out here it's not that bad. The hill stuff, it's this neutral territory. That's the worst part of it all. I mean, that it's got that steepest freaking incline. But also keep in mind, green has got the upper hand because they're up on top of a hill. There's a ledge right here, so they could be shooting down into Ghost Town. So there are benefits to it as well. And I'm serious, guys. You walk on this other side of Ghost Town over here, and it is not that bad of a walk to go up. It is right here. Hey, where's my? Okay, I'm not even worried about it. 90-degree incline. No, it's not that bad out here. You can even look at the topology maps online and stuff like that. This stuff over here is nothing. It's not bad. There's this really cool ravine right here too. We were thinking about I forget who was I believe it was Phil and Blooper and I. We were talking about like could do some missions stuff inside there because I mean it's a pretty cool like waterfall area and it dips down real low and like you could put something in there and like maybe put some lights around the outside for a night mission. Like someone trips something, all the lights turn on. We got some idea. I mean, we got more ideas than we do funding, that's for sure. But what do you mean, Ronan? Why you don't go through Ghost Town more often? Right, Philip? That place is amazing. It is really cool. I can't wait for us to have because we're gonna come up with some more tier ones. Like Nighthawk is technically like one of our tier ones. And we'll probably come up with like a couple extras that we can run at night or whatever, so that we have a variety of stuff for you guys to do. And we'll have some where it's a mission where you got to go into that ravine, and maybe you got to be totally silent, but you're going to be like totally exposed, but you got to be quiet and all this crap and try to get somewhere. Maybe trip a wire or something that sets off something that alerts the enemy, and then they turn on these floodlights on you, and then they start shooting down at you or something. You gotta find cover underneath but dude, there's a million ideas that we have that we could do. It's just a matter of getting them done. Yeah, movie night, we thought about that too. You could throw up a big inflatable projector screen and you could do movie nights in there and stuff like that. That'd be pretty badass. uh Whenever we are going to Camp Victory, we generally take the rough and fast way rather than the natural. Well, yeah. So it appears that most people prefer the fast walk, which is going down the right hand side and going down into Camp Victory because it takes you right to it. Going down the left hand side, that increases your walking by like 5 minutes, and it doesn't appear that most people like that. Um, there is that one center trail that goes down um, that I prefer to use, but it is more steep. But eventually, we're gonna build stairs there, so hopefully, we'll get to that next year as well. Right now, we gotta focus on um, creating some great events for you guys to want to come out and play and attract more people. Because I don't know about you guys, I love seeing like being at places where they've got like 300 plus players. There's just so much stuff going on and lots of targets to take out and stuff. So we're hoping that's what we can get done. All right. Anything else, everybody? If not, then we'll call it here. Looks like we've been streaming for an hour, and I was hoping it wouldn't take that long, but hopefully most people will watch this and get the better gist of everything within the first half hour or so. Bring around 12 people some days. Holy shit, dude, that's a lot. That's a lot. It's a lot of dudes. A lot of sausages at one party. Yeah, no doubt, Phil. Especially like with the way technically we have Explosive Sunset set up, it could very well easily handle 400 or 500 people on the phone. But the problem is that, as we've all discussed, this is a bottleneck because this is all um, netted off or fenced off. So we got to get some buildings out here, and that'll take care of that problem. That little Vienna pigs in a blanket sausages. I was supposed to have 6 to 8 there, just to type cancel. Yeah, it happens, man. You know, it's hard for us to even get most of our guys to go to a place. Um, Everybody's busy and working and being successful and shit. You know, stupid stuff. Like I think we tend like G2's technically got like I don't know 12, 15 people on the team, but I mean some live far away. Like Josh, he's been doing stuff with work, so he can hardly ever get the days off. Trippy now is like working all weekends. Chase has been working almost every Saturday, so he barely gets time to come out. Um, Wes just had twins, so he's been staying home for the past couple months or whatever to make sure he's there for when she was going to give birth and stuff. Yeah, I mean, everybody's just got stuff going on, so it's really hard um, to get people out there for the field most days, or even to go to events. Like I think we ended up bringing like six. We had 6 people that went to Bristol, Wisconsin, up there at Black Ops weekends ago or something like that. Yeah, 2 weekends ago. Um, when normally we used to roll 15 deep, you know what I mean? So times have changed since COVID and stuff. Yeah, families and stuff. Overrated. Get in the way of airsoft. I've got everyone addicted to airsoft. Now we're all broke. What's up, Achilles? How you doing, man? Yeah, like Phil was saying, I think yearly we're gonna go to Black Ops. It's a great. I mean, it's a 7-hour drive or whatever, but it's so fun up there. It's worth the 7-hour drive. Definitely at least once a year. But anyhow, I think I don't think there's anything else really to discuss with this. I just hope we have a good time. I hope we have a lot of fun. I hope a lot of people will bring out people. Oh, idea on how the large Merc squad would be. Not necessarily. I'm not even sure if we'll be able to run it this coming the 7th, but we'll have to see how that goes. Because I would like for the Merc team. So I was thinking like the Merc team would be like the admins and stuff. So I'm looking forward to having like 5 or so people be admins on the field, and then once, like maybe 3 times in the day, they'll get together and they'll become the Merc team, and maybe we'll give them like some kind of, I don't know, special ability where like they can tank a couple shots before they call it or whatever. You know what I mean? I don't know. We'll see how it goes, or maybe like 2 insta revives or something, so they can, or maybe they'll give them like 2 self revives so they can revive themselves real quick and get back into it. But at least you'll have a marker on there that, yeah, they called their hit twice and then go on their way or something. Let me write that down real quick. Oh, let's see here. It was broken. I had to look for you. You're alive. Yeah. Achilles, if you join our, I don't know if you have our G2 tag thing or whatever, but join our Discord server, you'll be able to join us through there. I posted it there and on Facebook and stuff as well. Appreciate you showing up though. Yeah, the Juggernaut bells wouldn't be too bad an idea. The plates, the metal plates, yeah. That's a good idea too, Nate. Yeah, let the sub commanders take over. This way, the commanders can be a part of the Merc group or something. Yeah, so I think mostly the whole thing with the mercs was so that if gameplay gets stale, we can send the mercs in once in a while to, you know, keep things lively. Achilles, if this was an adult game, Jello shots would be hilarious. Oh man. Yeah, Corey, we thought about doing that once, straight from the shop down to Camp Victory, but everybody would want to go down but never come back up. Flintstone vitamin. Yeah, don't take 70 Flintstone vitamins. You know, you can die from that crap. Vitamin overdose. So as far as cameras go, I've got a GoPro on a gimbal. I've also got my regular camera. Well, I got technically two what the hell are they called? Canon T7 T7 or yeah, T7Is. So I got plenty of camera gear. And I've also got a drone, so we'll most likely. So the problem is just having enough people to be able to do this kind of stuff, you know, Achilles, with having to ref and admin, and but we should be able to like get some stuff done, get some recordings done, and then hopefully like show off, you know, especially for the next time around, we'll make a video to post online, hopefully like maybe advertise it a bit on like Google AdSense or something like that. Definitely needs to be something that we do for sure. Oh, we also got, you know, our phones too, so we could do that and splice it all together. Oh yeah, thanks, Aaron. Um, 1 second, Achilles. I'll get back to your question about the games. Um, yeah. So we do also on the 7th have a kit contest. So whoever just wears the best kit, um, pull out all the stops, put on the face paints, put on the tutus. I don't know, whatever the hell it is you wear. Bring it, bring it on. Old kits, new kits, whatever the case is. And us admins will discuss it at the end of the day, and we'll pick 5 people, and those 5 people will be entered in the contest for all of you to vote on, and whoever wins, we'll go with like the top 3. Maybe we'll even just pick 3. We'll double check and get back with you guys before the event. We'll win. We keep forgetting because we've been busy with all the business side of everything, but you'll have the option to win free game days, ammo, grenades, camelbacks, whatever we got in the shop. Basically, you'll have access to win. So we'll go over that. We normally don't do like the giveaways and stuff because I personally kind of feel like that it draws the wrong kind of attention, like gambling. I don't want gambling addicts. I want people that enjoy the event, that are not going to be there for toxic reasons or causing chaos because they don't give a shit because they're only going to be there the one day or whatever, type deal. So, well, that's just me. So we will definitely be doing that. I think it'll be a lot of fun. Like I said, we'll also serve the German food stuff, and for Oktoberfest, we'll have root beer, no real beer. But yeah, do I play games anymore? Not much, but I do. We've been playing Valheim. I actually have a dedicated server that I run for that. We play sometimes squad and shit like that, but it's far and few between right now because we are severely busy, and I'm hoping that it'll calm down a little bit here soon. Getting tired. Do I have to wear my kit the whole time? I can wear my heavy ass generic video game enforcer shotgun loadout. Not necessarily. I would assume that it could be as simple as, hey, I would like to enter this into the contest or whatever, and then when we go to do the contest, you have to wear it then. So yeah, if it's 90 degrees outside, I don't want you dressing up like a juggernaut and then dying while you're out there, all to win potentially just an open play day or something. So Achilles, I've seen only one other place try a battle royale, and I think it's kind of hard to enforce, like the whole, where the gas and stuff contracts everybody in. I'm personally just not a fan of battle royale myself, and I think the way they did it was everybody brought their guns out and sat them out, and then like it was just whatever you came up to was worth. You just had access to playing with it, so you were playing with someone else's gun. I think that could be troublesome. Someone's gonna not care about your gun and break it or something like that, and we frankly don't have like 50 guns to sit out there for people to use like rentals or whatever. We got 20, 25, so we're like halfway there, but we could do a small battle royale with our guns, I guess. Ooh. Oh, never mind. That's for the Halloween event. So the Halloween event's gonna be freaking lit. I can't wait for it. So we're gonna play Infected and some other things. I got it written down at a different thing, but I have to go around and buy a bunch of pool noodles because then we're gonna cut them in half because there's one of the main events is melee only. So I can't wait to see that. I think it's for Infected. It'll be so fun. Oh, I got you, Achilles. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we could potentially have like the admins kind of help enforce the circle or whatever. We'll have to see. Boy, I'm tired. It's been a long week. We're gonna get a Guinness after this, and then I gotta go mow the field in the morning. I know Blooper's gonna be there to do it too, and I'm gonna post in the thing, the fieldwork channel or Discord. So maybe I can get a couple other people out there to help out, so we can knock it out in 2 hours. But yeah. Anyways, I think I'm going to end it here because, like I said, I could talk about airsoft for hours. How long have we been streaming for? Hour and a half now. But I'm gonna end it there. If you guys got anything else to discuss, by all means, go to g2tac.com. On there, underneath the contacts, is our Discord links, Facebook links, OnlyFans link, shit like that. So, have a good one, everybody. We do have an OnlyFans, but I'm just kidding. We don't have anything posted there yet. Anyhow, I'll talk over with the guys about these notes, and we'll go on from there. Thank you all for your help. Thanks for coming up and all coming on here and chatting, going over this with me and us. And we look forward to seeing how well this goes. So see you guys all on the 7th. Yeah, I'm just gonna end it there. See you guys.